Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. This is Pastor Darron LaMonte, Edwards, lead pastor of United Believers Community Church. Thank you for joining me in this lesson today. I want to help you shut out the noise. Listen, in fact, I want to use this topic. Keep your poise despite the noise. There's a lot of noise going on in our world, a lot of noise going on in your space, your world. Conflict, confusion, chaos is happening, child of God. And I want to help you reduce the noise in your life. I want to use a scripture in Colossians chapter 3, verse number 15 that has these words. And let the peace of God rule in your heart, to which also ye are called to one body, and learn how to be thankful. Let the peace of God rule. That's all I need. That's how you begin to shut out the noise in your life. You've got to decide, child of God, to let peace become your umpire. Paul, in this text to the Colossian church that's facing chaos, confusion, and conflict, a lot of noise, he says, you've got to let the peace of Christ rule. It must become your umpire. The umpire decides what's safe or what's out. The umpire decides what stands and what gets dismissed. I like that. So when worry steps up, peace says you're out. When anger rises, peace says you're out. When fear tries to steal your joy, peace says you're out. Child of God, there it is. The peace of Christ rules. It rules everything that's trying to frustrate your heart, trying to bring anxiety to your life, trying to make the final decision when God has the final say. But also you got to remember that peace is necessary. You need peace in your life. If you're listening to me right now and you're saying, I need much more than peace, you haven't lived long enough. Live long enough and you will put peace at the top of your list. Peace, child of God, is what you need in your life. Peace to me is so important that you got to learn how to protect your peace. I want to use Sesame Street. Sesame Street had Big Bird, Elmo, Cookie Monster, and Oscar the Grouch. All of them had different personalities. All of them had different attitudes. All of them had different backgrounds, but they lived on the same street. Now, watch this. Oscar lived in a trash can and stayed grumpy. Cookie Monster had no self-control. Elmo was loud and cantankerous and curious. Big Bird was sensitive and emotional, but somehow there was peace on Sesame Street. I'll say it again. There was peace on Sesame Street because not everyone was the same, but because everyone was, here it is, accepted. Everyone was accepted. They taught us peace that looks like learning to share. They taught us that peace looks like using words instead of using fists. Peace looks like saying, I'm sorry, and truly meaning it. Peace looks like making room on the street for people who don't look or think like you. Peace wasn't the absence of conflict. They had conflict. Peace was the presence of understanding. Peace taught us the alphabet and counting. Peace taught us how to live with one another. Listen, A is for apology. B is for being kind. C is for compassion. And listen, that's Sesame Street, but that's biblical. Blessed are the peacemakers, not the peace lovers, but people who intentionally make peace, child of God. So listen, if Big Bird can live next door to Oscar, and if Elmo can live next door to Cookie Monster, tell your neighbor, we might be different, but we live on the same kind of street. And here it is, peace. Here it is. When I'm thankful for it, peace will help me to praise, and praise pushes back on what's trying to push up on my life. So here it is in the final analysis. I just want you to help. I want to help you shut out the noise. You can shut out the noise in your life because peace and thankfulness walks hand in hand. You got to get it in. You got to let it rule. And when you do, joy starts rising, hope starts healing, faith starts flourishing, pressure starts passing away. Peace is what you need. Shut out the noise. Until next time, take care.